Right guys, so as you can see, the bow saw is finished. Well, it's not quite finished. I've still got to make the pegs for holding the blade in. I need to trim the blade down because it's got like this extra eyelet on either side, which I don't need. And I need to finish it, like give it a light stain with a walnut. Well, technically it's a dye. This rusting stuff, I like to use that. I recommend it. Just have to get a good shake up, make sure the pigment's not all settled on the bottom. And then I've just given it a light oiling as well, which was last night. It's working. It's not perfect, and I wanted to do a video of working on it, obviously, but I didn't. Sorry. I'll probably have to make it again. Like I said, I'm not 100% happy. Let's close that door. A lot of lighting. Weather's taking a turn for the better, which is nice. So start using stuff like this. But yeah, so it's okay. This is my second bow saw. The first one I made from just wooden boards. I think it was a softwood, so that was no good. This is hawthorn, which I collected a bunch of it a few years ago during lockdown off my father-in-law's property. Yeah, so I had this saved on the shelf and just decided to make it the other day. So it's not perfect, but there's an improvement. The tenons aren't great. When I've cut the tenons, I've not taken into a huge yeah, they're not perfect. So because of that, you can. I'll just try and explain it as easy as I can. So basically, you can hear that. So it has like movement on the joints. Now I noticed after watching Bertram's video, these actually flare out. As he gets to the edges, they flare out and go a bit wider, so the tenons are much larger, which stops that sort of movement, whereas mine aren't like that. So that's the first thing that's wrong. Second thing is there was loads of knots in the wood that I used. I didn't realise at the time. Now you can't really see when you look at the log. It looks pretty clean, but then as you start to whirl it down, you expose all these knots everywhere. So you can see there. You know, it doesn't seem like there's a huge one there. It doesn't seem to affect it. This is under a lot of tension, and I've used it a few times. It actually works quite well. You just have to make sure you tension this up a lot more than I probably think you need to. If those tenon joints there, what was the tenon were nice. But it folds up. It works, so it's kind of a cool pack saw. It's an idea for when you go camping. And I've found a new suppliers for steel. So I've just ordered a batch of some smaller stock, because obviously my axes that I'm currently making, I mean, they're not huge. This is a relatively small one. Some of the ones, obviously, the other style that I've done. But the idea is I want to make so the Granson Brooks make a little sort of bushcraft axe, like a backpack one. Obviously being in England, you can't really just walk around in the countryside with an axe. It might look a bit mental. So this is a fairly small axe that I've made with a flat grind. And I want to make a small, like a prototype, using this new stock, slightly smaller. Just a light little everyday carry axe that you can just stick in your rucksack with the sheath. Like a leather sheath like I've made, riveted and stitched. So I'll be trialling that, playing around. And then the other project is I want to make a collared hewn axe. I want to actually forge weld it, wrap it, that's more for fun for me, really. But yeah, that's just don't know why I went on that tangent. But with this, I will maybe break the video down, take it apart, and maybe do some carvings on it or something. Make it a bit more interesting for you guys. Just thought I'd show you the finished product. And like I said, I need to make little pegs here. I'm thinking possibly drilling them and a little bit of leather lace just to keep the pegs attached to these so they're not something you can lose easily. Maybe make out of a piece of antler, whittle it from antler so it's nice and strong. It's not going to break obviously when you tension it. And just maybe add some details, some carving. Not decided what yet. And all I've done is I've just carved the ring on these two. See, it's always, you know, because the tenons have matched to fit that side. You see these little slots here. Each one's slightly different, so it won't go. I mean, it'll fit the other side, but it just won't be as efficient. It'll just wiggle loads, as opposed to now where it's just a little bit of movement. But yeah, next thing to do is make a little leather bag for it all to go in. So when I do go camping, I can just throw it all in and keep it together. Right, guys. That's all for now. And hopefully I'll be getting out and cutting that oak tree into boards. The lamp that I've got. Right, I just thought I'd tune in and show you this. And let me just get some footage of me using it so you can see. 1 second. Sorry guys, pretty awful place to film. I've got my tripod with me so I can't really get set up properly. So a bit of firewood. There we go, let's try again. There we go. I can't get the full use of the saw because my hand keeps hitting my toolbox behind me. Annoyingly, this is pretty bad footage, sorry guys. But at least you get to see it working there anyway. Keep not looking at the camera. So there you go. That's the Mark II. Still not satisfied with it, so maybe we'll have to get into the woods and make another. Right guys, just thought I'd check in anyway. I'll catch you all later.